Om Jnana-Timirandhasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We welcome all the participants to this ceremony of appreciation for those devotees from ISKCON Salem who have participated in the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books in December. We'll be giving some awards and gifts, and then after that we'll be having more presentations of certificates for devotees who are advancing in Krishna consciousness. During the month of December, all over the world, members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness try especially hard to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. The reason for this is because during this month in the Western countries, people are more inclined to spend money. Because of the Christmas and New Year season, people are accustomed to spending money and giving gifts. So it was found that this tendency to spend money can be very nicely utilized in Krishna's service by inducing people to purchase Srila Prabhupada's books. So here in India we're not very much concerned with Christmas or the so-called New Year. This is part of Western culture. We are not very much interested in Western culture. But because the devotees in the Western countries are distributing so many books, then devotees in other countries like India also want to take up the same spirit. And therefore during this month, especially in India also, devotees take up the challenge to try to distribute more of Srila Prabhupada's books. Of course, we shouldn't think that Prabhupada's book distribution is limited to December. Every month, every day, we should try to distribute Srila Prabhupada's book with full energy. And then in December with even full and even fuller energy. Just like Krishna in Mathura is described as Purna, complete and perfect. And in Dwaraka he is described as Purnataya, even more complete and perfect. There's nothing lacking in Krishna in Mathura. But by his transcendental potency, he is simultaneously not more and yet still more in Dwarka. And in Vrindavan he is Purnatamam, he is most complete and perfect. So this cannot be understood by material calculation. Fortunately, Krishna is not subject to understanding by material calculation. So distributing of Srila Prabhupada's books is also not an activity that goes on by material calculation. There is no material formula for distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Simply, if one has a strong desire to do so and good sadhana, then Krishna will bless the devotee to distribute these books. And all of you who have distributed Prabhupada's books, you can all appreciate how this activity is going on under Krishna's special potency. Many times we find someone when we meet them, no, I don't, they're completely against, they don't want to see. But then somehow or other their mood changes and they also take some book. Or sometimes we find that we're trying hard to distribute books, no one is taking, and then we just call out to Krishna, Krishna, please help me. And then so many nice people come and we give them Prabhupada's books. So this is Gaur Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. We may attempt to enter the pastimes of the Lord by this service. In our conditioned state, to attempt to pole vault into Rasa Leela is simply audacious. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful that even in our conditioned state, we can directly take part in his pastimes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that in every town and village on this earth, my glories will be preached. And he ordered his followers, Jare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesh, amar agyai guru hoya tara idesh. You can give the translation, I hope you know it. You don't know? This means whoever you see, whoever you meet, instruct them in the science of Krishna. In this way, one should be, on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, one should become a guru and deliver the land. So, the best way to give Krishna Upadesham is to give Srila Prabhupada's books. And by doing so, those who take the books are benefited, and we are also greatly benefited. We become very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to Srila Prabhupada, who is the authorized representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. So we can read out now.
Start from bottom.
There's no bottom. Everyone's on top. We shouldn't think who has distributed more is better than someone who has distributed less. Of course, we want to see who is distributing more, but ultimately it's the endeavor that counts.
Mr. Shiva Subramanya from ITB distributed one book.
Is he here? Alright. Jai. Hare Krishna.
Rajan Babu, 2 books. Rajan? No. He is chanting 16 rounds. And Mr. Ravi? Ravi is here.
Is this certificate also?
No.
Just this. Hare Krishna. How many books did you say?
2 books.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ravi Prabhu ki?
Yeah.
And Mataji Amrita from Chandrasekhar, 3 books. We have Krishna Electricals, Ramesh Lal, 4 books. And we have Mr. Manivandan, 4 books. Then we have Subham Silk, Mr. Arun, 6 books. Then we have Shrenikant Prabhu, 9 books. Shrenikant Prabhu? Then we have Mataji Saraswati, 9 books.
Yes, Saraswati should distribute more books. Because it's full of knowledge, and Saraswati is always giving knowledge.
And we have Bhakta Sarvanam, 10 books.
We don't recognize him. He looks a lot better now. This is what happens when people take Prabhupada's books.
Bhakta Mohan Raj, 10 books.
His wife is here. 10 books means mostly Gitas, or what does it?
Only Gitas are distributing.
Acha. Hare Krishna.
Bala Subramanian, 10 books. Kumar Prabhu, 11 books.
Is he getting ready for the program tomorrow?
He was so busy, I don't know how he distributed even 1 book.
The answer is by transcendental potency.
Then S. Prashad from Namakal, he and Mata, they distributed 18 books.
So we'll get to more.
Selvam Prabhu, he distributed 22 books. Selvam and his wife and Baroda and his wife together, these 4, they distributed more, 107 books.
Oh!
107. Around 50 small books and paraphernalia.
Here's another with a changed appearance. A changed appearance means that soon is going to have a changed name too.
Matangi, 34 books. Get in trouble with
Matangi is a very powerful form of Durga. So you can use that Shakti for distributing product.
Mata Chaitanya Prabhu, 50 Bhagavad Gitas. Maybe somewhere Bombay or Madras. Then
He's Hari Brajak.
Then we have Transcendental Family, distributed 111 books. Ekadvita Trita.
This is very good.
Mother also, and Amma also, because they are all engaged Buddhists.
Oh, he's also distributing books. He's learning early.
Then we have number 1 place.
Who else?
Baroda Rajulu, 144 books.
From the beginning, since the devotees came here to Salem, that must be 4 years ago?
Yes.
So from the very beginning, he's always been very enthusiastic for this service. He's not here?
No. This you.
So now we're going to have a function of Shiksha ceremony, which means, Shiksha means those who have taken instruction. Shiksha actually means instructions. So of course these books are not only meant for distributing, but they're meant for studying personally by all devotees and following the instructions within them. So gradually many people in Salem are doing that. Following means they're reading Prabhupada's books regularly, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra on beads regularly, according to a fixed number of rounds, taking regular shiksha or instruction from the devotees here, and taking up the principles of Krishna consciousness in all ways. So we'd like to recognize those who are taking up this Krishna consciousness more and more by giving some certificates. That's right, but this is too late. Oh no. Oh, I see. Oh yeah. This is his official name. They call him. Alright. What's the level of you tell?
This is chanting from in the 8th round.
Minimum 8 rounds.
Yes. And reading third version, Hare Krishna challenge, Bhakti Grand Prayer, so they have to attend seminar and pass exam. This level they are pure vegetarian and having some seva in the temple.
Yes, that's the meaning of Sevak. Here we have Sevak and Sevika.
They are doing a lot of seva, especially cooking some devotees.
Say who they are, you don't say.
So Kumar Prabhu and his wife.
They're doing a lot of seva and chanting also. So we'd like to call them to please come and take their certificates. So you can take for your husbands. Yeah, could you say a little bit about him?
Mr. Ravi is last 1.5 years, almost 2 years.
Kumar? You better change that. Is there a red pen? He used a red pen.
And then he was coming regularly from Mangalarati, chanting.
You have the red pen?
Sunday doing seva, like a steady person, living every Sunday will be a festival of Soma Seva.
What would?
So, now we're chanting 8 rounds.
Yes. Just in case. So, is he here?
Mr. Ravi, he left. Ravi, he was here. Just now he got certificate for marathon 2 books. Please another Ravi. The Turok.
Okay.
And Saraswati.
You can say about her. She's been
last 3 years.
Since the devotees came to Salem by the grace of the Lord, they arrived just opposite the house of Saraswati and her mother, and they've both been practicing Krishna consciousness ever since.
Nageshwari Mataji is wife of Mohanraj. Come for 7 years. Then Mataji is coming from the Vijay Raghavacharya program we have for students program.
Hare Krishna.
They're very serious, chanting Gomati Mataji. And Gomati Mataji, they never missed any class in Gandhi Road. Every evening they were coming.
Hare Krishna.
16 rounds.
Very good, very nice. Thank you very much.
Matandi. She's our neighbor, so always coming. She involved all family in
Hare Krishna.
Vijay Raghavan. He wrote, I think, best exam he wrote.
Is it? Very good.
Venkatesh. Playing very nice in Ganga.
Yeah.
Vinodji.
Hare Krishna.
And father, Arunashalam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jaikumar Bedi was big guitarist. Oh, Jaikumar guitarist. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna.
Many people join in our how many guitars? 8.
You're intelligent. You take other people's scores also.
So we'll have tomorrow 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so please go on chanting Hare Krishna, studying Prabhupada's books, distributing Prabhupada's books, and Krishna will bless you in all respects. Hare